Okay, well, David, a day on the road, but here we are at the hotel. Has it been a productive afternoon on the training ground?
Yeah, I think Fridays in most instances will be to get the journey out. We've touched on a little bit of stuff. I suppose most of our preparation has been done, whether that be on the way back from Yeovil, whether that be recovery day on Wednesday, a little bit yesterday, and today's the last little bits. We've touched on little bits. We'll have a meeting tonight, and obviously in the morning focus more on ourselves, but we're looking forward to the game, and hopefully we can back up a good performance from Tuesday night, because football moves on quickly.
We've talked about it already this week, but as starts for a new manager goes, going to Yeovil, no game, having to go back to Yeovil, then we're back on the bus again. Probably not how you'd have hoped for it to go. No,
well, results-wise, it's gone brilliant, so I can't complain at that. Listen, I think probably in this division more than most, you get used to the travelling aspect. Obviously, the way things have been this week, it's not been ideal, but in some instances, maybe the best thing that could have happened, in terms of, certainly from my perspective, coming into a new club and being able to get not so much contact time on the training pitch with the players, but certainly contact time in terms of seeing what goes on the bus and seeing what goes on in environments that maybe become a little bit sparingly when you first come into a new club. So it's been good in terms of that. You get to know people a little bit more. You get opportunities to chat to people in a different environment. So listen, no complaints. I love what I do. I love being involved and being around players, whether that be on a training pitch, on a bus, in a hotel, whatever it might be, is something that, like I say, has been my life for the last 10 years as a manager, but beyond that, a whole lot more. So no, I wouldn't change it in any way.
And it looked like a heck of a lot of fun with the training ground earlier on. Yourself and Joe, it was lots of laughter.
Yeah, listen, I think we've spoken a little bit about controlling what we can do, and one of the things we want to control is the fact that it's enjoyable for the players. Now, we've said that the biggest enjoyment you're going to get is winning and being successful, and we can't guarantee that. So it's important, the stuff we do on the training pitch, although there's detail to it, then when we can enjoy it, then we enjoy it as much as possible. The sessions we want to put on need to hopefully enthuse the players, provide them with a good environment to learn, a good environment to develop, and ultimately you have to enjoy coming into work. I think sometimes you can forget that you're in a very, very fortunate position in able to do something that you should love and should enjoy and get paid for it. So that'll be something, like I say, moving forward, we want to try and instill that in the players. It becomes easier to instill that if we're winning games, and hopefully that'll be, again, we can continue that tomorrow.
And obviously gave yourselves a brilliant platform on which to build, didn't you? Tuesday night, the lads must be absolutely bubbling after that.
Yeah, if you can't take confidence and belief from that, then you can't. I think from our perspective, it certainly helps coming in and bedding down a few little principles, and you get rewards for that. In this league, regardless of it being League, Cup, whatever it might be, you have to find consistency and bouncing back from defeats, if you like. We did that in terms of obviously the Solihull game on Tuesday, to bounce back, to progress, to get the club one stage further in the FA Cup is a huge bonus. It's now back to league action, and we've got to give ourselves a chance. And although tomorrow will be a tough game, we know it'll be a tough game. We go into it, like I say, full of confidence, looking to win, and knowing that Ebbsfleet on the back of that will be expecting a tough game from ourselves. So hopefully we can provide that.
From your point of view, obviously you've had a bit of time before you even got this job to have a look at Hartlepool. You probably knew a little bit about the players anyway. And on Tuesday, made quite a decisive change fairly early in the game. Is that something we can expect to see? You're analysing things all the time and making those little tweaks immediately.
I think you have to be adaptable. That's the big thing with coming into this league. As much as we want to work on our strengths, you have to look at opposition strengths and opposition weaknesses. It makes it a whole lot easier when we have, I suppose, a group of players on the pitch that, with very little change in terms of moving people from one side of the pitch to the other, a slight change can ultimately affect us going from a back four to a back three. With Rye playing the same side as Peter, we obviously put him in there to protect a little bit with Rainsy and with Fraser. It does detract a little bit from his game because we want him to bomb forward. But in saying that, even as a right side centre half, I'll be encouraging him to bomb forward. I think it was just more a shape out of possession meant that he could fill a hole for us and I suppose fill a gap with his pace. And that's something, we'll definitely look to do. I think with the squad you've got, if you can be adaptable and change at times to make us a different shape in possession to out of possession, it's absolutely something we'll look at.
And as you mentioned, Ebbsfleet tomorrow, they haven't had the season they were probably hoping for. They've had little peaks and troughs, haven't they? It'll be a tough game though. Yeah, absolutely. They had the worst possible start to the season in terms of it took them a while to win a game or to get a point on the board. There's been a lot of change on and off the pitch at that club in the last sort of 12 months, and they've got to a point now with a new manager where it's a little bit more settled. What they have got is good players and players that are experienced at this level, so it will be tough. Obviously they have a threat at the top end of the pitch with Gozi Ugwu and with Alex Reid, who I know really well, so it will be tough. We have to recognise where their strengths are, also where their weaknesses are, and we've got to, I suppose, continue what we've done. The players have set the bar now in terms of performance. I spoke about it in terms of physicality, what they gave. The bar, we've got to make sure as much as possible doesn't drop. It keeps raising, and they keep, like I say, believing in what they've done, and hopefully go and pick up 3 points, which will put us in a decent position and looking upwards.